We're going to convert 3 million gallons per day into cubic feet per second. Now some of you may know a shortcut, and that is for every 1 mgd of flow, that's equivalent to about 1.55 cubic feet per second. So if you know this little shortcut, we can go ahead and use it. So I'm going to draw a railroad track. I've got 3 million gallons per day, and even though I said the word per, I'm going to leave everything on the same line together because I know that these two things are equivalent. MGD is on the top right here, which means in order for it to cancel, the next one has to go underneath here on the bottom. For every 1 MGD, there are 1.55 CFS. Okay, so if you remember back to all of the stuff that we've done here so far, only tops and bottoms can cancel. So that means MGD on the top cancels with MGD on the bottom, and it leaves me with CFS on top. So I'm going to just carry that down here, and it's going to become part of my answer. Everything on the top gets multiplied, everything on the bottom gets divided. So 3 times 1.55 CFS gives me an answer of 4.65 CFS. Now, what we've actually done here is we have taken this 1.55 and we are doing more unit conversions than it actually looks like on the page. So I'm going to show you the longer version of this conversion, and then you'll be glad that you don't have to remember how to do it every time. Okay, we're going to start the same way by drawing the backbone of the railroad track. Okay, and where I want to start with this is I want to start with my 3 million gallons per, but this time days is going to go underneath because we're actually going to do this all out the long way. And where I want to end up down here on the end, other end, is with cubic feet per, so seconds goes underneath on the bottom. Okay, let's do the million gallons to cubic feet first. Okay, so for every 1 million gallons, there are 1 million gallons. Okay, so I've got the million gallons with all the zeros on the top and the million gallon unit on the bottom so that it cancels. Now I'm going to turn gallons into cubic feet. Gallons is on top, gallons has to go on the bottom, cubic feet goes on top, and I'm more or less done here. Cubic feet is bigger, so it gets the 1, and there are 7.48 gallons in every cubic foot. Okay, before I go any further here, I'm just going to make sure that my units cancel. Million gallons on top cancels with million gallons on the bottom. Gallons on top with gallons on the bottom leaves me with cubic feet. Those cubic feet are going to slide down here and become part of the answer. So now we have to convert days into seconds. Okay, so days is underneath. I'm going to get a different colored pen here as we continue to move forward. So days is on the bottom, which means the next one needs to go up here on the top. Now, I don't know how many seconds there are in a day, so I need to do this in 2 steps. I do know how many minutes there are in a day. For every 1 day, there are 1,440 minutes. Okay, so days are going to cancel out, but now I've got minutes on the bottom, and I really want to have seconds. So I'm going to take minutes on the bottom, put my next minute up here on the top, seconds on the bottom, extend my line a little bit there, and for every 1 minute there are 60 seconds. Okay, so this is going to be my equals. So I'm going to put this in the calculator, and it's going to be 3 times 1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, and divide by 7.48, divide again by 1440, and divide by 60, and I end up with 4.642, which is a little tiny bit different than the number that I got up here the first time, and this little difference is because of some rounding that happened with this 1.55 conversion factor. So you'll see if I put in a 1 here instead of a 3, so if I just converted 1 million gallons, what I would get is 1 million divided by 7.48 divided by 1440 divided by 60 equals 1. If I just do it for 1 million gallons, that what I end up with is 1.547, which is not really the same as 1.55. So, we got a slightly different answer down here than we did at the top, but they are more or less equal to one another. So 4.65 CFS.